Welcome back, you guys, to another episode of the World Class Show. I'm here with Ricky.
I'm Ricky.
I'm Jalen.
What's going on, man?
How are you guys doing? How's
Good,
your
man.
weekend?
I'm good. How are you, man?
Good.
Sure. How's your weekend, boss?
It was pretty good. It was pretty good.
What you had done?
I had a shoot Saturday. I played. I got for 6 nieces and nephews. I watched 4 of them on Saturday. So
Dio Coelho was in full display.
full effect. And then Sunday. Don't even remember Sunday, bro. Don't even remember what I did.
You just blacked out, or
No, I didn't do nothing important. I'll tell you that.
Oh, that's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
So
feel like you need that.
yeah,
Out of all people.
a little
always on
bit,
about
bro.
it.
Especially after the Saturday with 4 kids, bro. Like watching them
Yeah, it's insane, bro.
is painful. But you guys had a good weekend.
Yeah, it was a decent weekend.
Yeah.
We were out in Miami in 305. So, huge shout out to Miami FC for always, opening their doors to us. So we want to wish a good luck to both Miami FC and the Tampa Bay Rowdies, which funny enough, they were going against each other.
Yeah.
But we've worked very closely with both of them. So, best of luck with the remainder of the season to both of them. But yeah, we got a chance to work with them very closely. We photographed their game, did a hype video that we released on our IG.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So stay tuned for more work coming out that way.
Yeah.
From this weekend, but
Yeah, for sure. Like Gabe said, Miami FC and Tampa Bay, they always show a ton of love after working with them. So we appreciate them so much, and like I said, we can't wait to continue working with them in the near future with some new projects. But yeah, Miami was good. Did a lot of networking too. Not just besides Miami FC, we also networked with a bunch of people too down there. So we're definitely excited for those projects as well. So that's something we'll definitely be announcing very soon. But yeah, it was a good weekend, I think so. Very, very business-wise, good
who
weekend.
won that game between Miami and Tampa?
Rowdies.
Tampa Bay
did,
Rowdies.
huh?
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Want to talk about it?
sure.
I think both teams were having a bad game,
Yeah.
but I think Tampa Bay was definitely. The thing is, Miami FC, they were definitely outpossessing Tampa Bay. The only problem is that Tampa Bay, when they had the opportunity to attack or counter, they took their opportunity.
chance, yeah.
They took their chances, and I think for Miami, it was just it was a good possessive game for them, but they really didn't do too much for the keeper. I think in the second half they did put a lot more pressure towards them, but at the end, Tampa Bay just took their chances, and they were definitely probably the better team that night. Fans, the Tampa Bay Rowdy fans.
Oh, they traveled for it?
They traveled,
Yeah,
man. Yeah, they are.
That's good. I mean, it's not far for them, so I was.
It's like a 3-hour drive.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not that bad.
It was a good game. I think I agree with Ricky. I think Miami FC definitely dominated in possession a little bit. Miami just kind of ran out of gas towards the end because they ended up conceding a penalty late in like the 80th minute or so. No, actually more towards the 90th minute I think it was. They had some chances, but I just think that Tampa Bay's defense is just top, like one of the best in the league probably.
Yeah.
Huge shout out to Forrest Lasso. Had a goal line clearance that probably would have changed the whole trajectory of the game if Miami FC scored.
Yeah.
So definitely go look for that highlight reel. It was a decent game. Kind of like, I think possession, it favored more Miami, but it was kind of like 50, not 50-50, but I want to say it favored a little bit more Miami. But Tampa Bay had it was like a on and off kind of game.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rowdies came out with the win, and it's Miami really needed to win this one because they're in that spot. They're kind of fighting for that last spot for the playoffs.
Yeah.
And they have like 3 or 4, maybe 5 games left.
Oh.
But it was a good showing out. It was a good showing.
A lot of players are gonna be gone for international duty too.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then some are just injured too. I'm like, all right, well that's disappointing.
Yeah. I've noticed before, like last time when we went to Miami, they were like much lower, and then they started like Miami. They were much lower in the standings. And
they had a good run.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what they can come up with. I mean, I think Tampa Bay's pretty much solidified in the playoffs. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
it's
I
all up
mean,
to Miami now.
for those of you guys who don't know, they are in the USL Championship League, so you can follow them, check them out,
Yeah.
see some
Yeah.
highlights.
Follow USL, all that stuff.
Soon we'll be going to Tampa to see a Rowdies game again. So
Yeah.
Working with the Rowdies.
yeah,
Sad about that.
yeah, very very excited. More stuff coming. But I guess moving on from that, what do you guys want to talk about first? You want to talk about MLS? They had a big weekend.
Yeah.
You guys want to talk about Premier League? What y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? Where's your emotions this week?
We could stay in America.
Let's talk in the U.S.
Yeah.
let's stay in the US.
America. Well, in good old MLS fashion, that boy Messi had another
Messi
star
did it
weekend again.
That boy Messi did it again.
Starting on the bench, though.
Yeah, he started on the bench, but it was he had his first MLS debut this weekend, and he did get subbed in after. Was it after the half?
After that,
Yeah, I think it was
After
like
the
60
minute.
minute.
Yeah.
It was a super sub situation though, because they had him, they had Messi coming on the field, they had Martinez coming on the field, they had Busquets coming on the field, all at the same time.
It's a triple sub.
Yeah,
He was like guns blazing.
bro,
I
that's
thought I was like, we're not losing this.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just glad that Campana is finding his form too.
Oh yeah,
Campana is definitely
That-
coming in clutch now for Inter Miami, which is really good for them and good for Messi. I think he's going to be definitely a big issue for any team that's playing against him in the near future. So
Yeah, that's the thing. Inter Miami definitely has, like, yeah, they got the GOAT, but they definitely have other key players that are like really keeping them afloat, keeping them up.
I mean, I think not to get into like the Messi Ronaldo debate, but it's always been like who makes other players better.
Mhm.
We've always said like we think that Messi makes others just better overall, and even
100%.
and you can see when he's on the court, you know, Kramashi just gets better.
Yep.
Taylor, who's the right back, just gets better. Everyone around the team plays a whole lot better when Messi is on the field, and even it's just like a mentality. It's like, well, I'm playing with Messi, I have to put my. I'm not saying that wouldn't happen with Ronaldo, but again, it's good to see that when Messi comes in, everybody just starts performing for the betterment of the team. Let's talk about that Jordi Alba touch though,
Bro,
Like-
people were like saying like, okay, so within that play there was the touch and then the Messi pass,
Yeah.
and I was like, bro, nobody is talking about his touch that he had
Yeah.
on that ball. to
whole
give
bicycle.
Bro,
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
like the amount of weight that you have to take off your foot
Mhm.
to be able to kind of hit it towards Messi and not overshoot it. Like
Right.
it landed not perfectly in Messi's feet, but he was able to get one touch and then cut.
Yeah.
And then
that
obviously,
time.
and then the pass to Kremashi.
Yeah.
I hope I'm saying that his name correctly. Like if you see it from the side,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's not even on the frame.
No, not at all. Like he literally just sees space. He sees him wave his hands. And he's like, "All right, go here," and plays the ball there.
He's like, "You're gonna go there now."
Yeah.
and like,
I honestly, to me, I was like, bro, he's lucky. Like he put it far enough from the defender to where he could catch up and get to the ball first before the defender. Because I'm like, when he first made the pass, I'm like, bro, where's this going?
yeah.
And so yeah, it's. A lot of people were talking about that pass though from Messi, but I was just like, bro, the touch
The touch from Jordi Alba too
is disgusting.
it's insane.
You think they can make it to the playoffs?
Well, because of the way the MLS is, like, I think they can.
It's scripted. They're gonna make it.
Yeah, bro. I think they can make it. I think.
'Cause they have Nashville, LAFC. Got some pretty tough games coming up right now. That one game will mess up the whole season right there.
Yeah, and it does suck because they're like 9 points away from that playoff threshold.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like more than that.
No, there's a 9-point difference between Inter Miami and Chicago, who is
Oh yeah, I see
32
that.
points.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But if they do make it to the playoffs, I think it would be interesting. I just don't think that, like, I mean,
So who does Miami have? So you said Nashville.
LA, Sporting KC, Atlanta, Toronto, Orlando, Houston. Well, that's the Copa Cup. NYFC, Chicago, Cincinnati, and then Charlotte.
Those are not easy games. Like
No.
the majority of those, Atlanta, Cincinnati, you said Nashville. Those are all tough games.
Yeah, they play
Like,
Nashville next.
I'm not saying
However,
they're gonna
However,
win them all.
Miami is playing Nashville at home, and Nashville just came back from losing to Atlanta 4-0, which I just don't understand.
yeah.
Like, how are you going to be so dominant against Miami in the last game you just played, and then go against Atlanta, who are, up and down the table, and then just get demolished 4-0 against Atlanta? I mean, I get it, you're away, but I mean, you're also a team that's here to compete
Yeah.
for the title, and you have one of the best players in MLS
We
that's
also
playing with
got
them as well. So it's like,
They-
where did they? That's why I'm liking. I'm loving that we did this.
Yeah.
That we're so invested in MLS now because it's actually very entertaining. I want to see Messi in Atlanta.
yes.
Definitely want to see that atmosphere going through. But I hope they make it through. If Messi was able to win the treble this year, that would be insane.
Yeah, for that
Like,
and
that's
it would truly be because of him and his camp that came over.
Yeah,
100%.
absolutely.
It's not like they were already on that path. That like, Inter Miami's already a winning team. Like,
Yeah.
nah,
Like, how do you complete U.S. soccer in less than 6 months? Like that, it would be insane.
That would be wild.
That
Yeah.
would be.
But hey, man, I'm still rooting for Houston Dynamo.
Where are you guys at right now? Where's Houston at? Since MLS is
They're
picking back
fifth
up.
right now. They made a huge turnaround.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when we started and we got our mystery jerseys, they were damn near bottom of the league. I believe they were 10th, which is still a spot off of the playoff.
Yeah. I remember both of you guys were out of the playoffs, and
I'm out of the playoffs.
yeah, but you're right on that cusp.
Yeah, but we're not. I don't want to talk about DC right now. This is not about me. This is not about me and DC.
I mean, you kind of have to.
You guys actually, I mean,
It's
there's
not
it
about
is
me and
about
DC.
you.
We're,
Yeah,
talking,
it
we're,
is
ta-
about-
we're talking about Houston right now. We can talk about
Okay,
DC
well,
later.
in
We're
2
talking
minutes.
about Houston.
In
All
2
right,
minutes,
we're-
we'll get back to
Yeah, we'll get back to
We're talking
that.
about
this
Houston
depressing
right now.
story.
All right, well, we're sitting comfortably, but that's the thing I love about MLS though. Still, like we're 5th, but we're not too far from 8th. You know what I mean? So it's like we have a good
feels
winning
like.
streak right now. I'm happy how everything's going.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want to mess it up.
Yeah,
we're scoring goals. We're scoring goals, and we're
Non-penalty goals.
Non-penalty goals.
That was the biggest thing because you guys used to not score goals, and
Yeah.
that was y'all's only thing.
Yeah, but now and I said that before. Like, if we can just start bagging goals in, that's it. We'll be fine. We just have to keep bagging goals and just keep moving forward. Take it game by game, and we'll be fine. And we have 3 wins in a row, and then we're in the final, so we're feeling very confident. I believe that we can win the Open Cup.
Honestly, I think you guys can too.
You could.
I really do. I mean,
Yeah.
the fact that you guys made it like the way that y'all did,
Mm-hmm.
because I will say that is the only thing. So like with Cincinnati and Inter Miami, we both like going into like the
We haven't really talked about that actually. How
No,
do you
like-
feel?
well going into the my thing is just like so in the Open Cup into like the round of like the what is it like 2 let me see 2 4 6 yeah 16 right the last round of 16 you guys played MLS teams like
Yeah.
you and Real Salt Lake and LA Galaxy y'all's whole side of the bracket was none but MLS teams we
Yeah.
played USL Championship teams so it's kind of like
Cincinnati.
yeah
Okay.
yeah, we played Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Miami played Birmingham Legion. So it's like they're good teams. They're good USL teams, but we were playing USL teams. You know what I mean? So we got to like the semi-championship or like the semifinals based off of playing USL championship teams.
No
So-
disrespect to the USL. though.
Yeah, none at all. Because like I said, those are really great teams. They beat MLS teams to get there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think you guys could possibly win.
I think you could. I mean,
So that super sub comes in.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, look at the game against Nashville. Like, what Messi did his thing, but he wasn't being able to like get going in the game like he usually has. So if you find a way to stop,
Yeah.
I'm not saying man mark him just because if you man mark Messi, I think it opens up for everybody else to kind of like go crazy. But if you find a way to kind of stop that from happening, I think you're able to win the cup.
I think so.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you guys beat Inter Miami before Messi. You guys beat them 2 out of 3 times.
Yeah.
So
We got and Hector Herrera, he knows Messi's game,
yeah.
Yeah.
but vice versa too.
Yeah.
But it's a classic battle between those two. But I'm feeling very confident with Houston in the U.S. Open Cup, but going
Where are
through
they
the MLS
playing?
League, huh?
Where are they playing?
In Miami.
In Miami.
I'm thinking about it
Wow.
for our birthdays.
Wow.
So
I'm not going.
He said, I ain't thinking about it.
I'm not.
why not?
He doesn't want to see Houston win.
It's on a weekday. If they win, I got to deal with you.
On your birthday too, bro.
Bro, it's a
on
win-win.
my birthday,
Okay, here's
too,
the thing. Here's the scenario, though. It's a win-win for every party. Like, I'm not gonna. If Houston wins, I'm happy. I'm gonna be respectful. It's our birthday.
Cat.
That's cap.
That's such cap.
Utter cap.
But if Messi wins, we get to celebrate together.
It's a weekday, man. That's
It's
the
Miami,
only-
though.
Fuck a job. Pay my bill. Pay my bill. Yeah, right. Like you, right?
Get like
Pay my
it's
bill.
Crazy.
Man. Pay my bill. We'll see.
But yeah, I'm confident with Houston Dynamo.
Okay.
You
You're
have
confident.
to. You have to. You have
Yeah,
to.
you got to back them up.
Yeah. Cincinnati though.
Sitting pretty as ever.
Sure.
Bruh. The only thing is like I said, the way MLS works, it's all fair game once playoffs begin.
That's what I'm saying.
But I mean, we're sitting almost 10 points ahead of the Eastern side and almost of the whole league in general. We're
But
10
that's what I'm
points.
saying, though. By the
We're
time,
10 points ahead.
by the time, that's what I'm saying.
But
like,
we
what,
got no
what happens
signs.
if DC United is Miami Heat by the time they get to the playoffs?
We're showing no signs of slowing down, bro. No signs. When we played Inter Miami, we really should have won that game.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
we
100%.
100% should have won that
100%.
game.
Yeah.
We just shot ourselves in the foot towards the end, but
I made
that,
some
that
bad
game,
subs, too.
yeah, that game was ours. I just don't see us really slowing down.
That's good though. At least you guys are priorities straightened up.
Yeah, man.
What do you think you should do?
Us?
DC.
Play the youth. Dude, 6 out of our 11 players are 30 or older. Play the youth, man. Like, what are you doing? Obviously, it's too late to be getting rid of some players.
Yeah.
So, like, you have to assess that in the summer. And you even, or not in the summer, I'm thinking Premier League. You got to assess that at the end of the season. But you also got to assess, like, is Rooney the guy? Is Rooney the guy that's going to get us, back to the old DC days? And I'm talking like I lived that.
I think.
But
I mean, the rest of the season, you guys play like bottom table teams.
that doesn't
matter.
No, but it does because then at least that gives you a chance. That gives you
Yeah,
guys
it
a better
definitely
fighting
gives us a chance,
Like
'cause, like-
y'all's next game is against Chicago. If y'all beat them, you're back.
But
in playoffs.
here's the thing. Look at this. In the Western Conference, right? Literally every single team, so going from Austin FC, who's 9th, all the way to probably Houston, who's 5th, are 3 points differential, right? So the table can fluctuate, which means that your chances of going farther in the playoffs, are a little bit bigger because you might play a lower level team or whatever. Mm-hmm. With DC, we're sitting at 10th with 30 points, and maybe our closest could be 7th, so moving 3 spots up, which means that we'll probably play New England or Philadelphia, which we already lost to them like 3-0. So it's not like, at this point, is it even worth it? Like, I mean, obviously it's worth like playing the season. You want to play like, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't give me any hope of cool, get my hopes up in the playoffs, but I know I'm getting bounced up in the first round. Like most of these players are 30 and older. Like, bro, I get there needs to be experience, but you have experience in Benteke, who's 32, and then you have Matthias Clich, who have 2 Premier League players. Matthias Clich is 33, again, 30 and older, but like you have that experience. I don't know, you just play around with it, man. Like I don't know. I don't like it. It's disappointing, and I'm kind of just ready for this to end so I can look forward to next season.
But what's really gonna change?
I mean,
A lot can change.
I'm very disappointed with DC United too, as we are originally DC United fans, but it sucks. It sucks that it's not my team this year.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's been such a consistent like plateau of good game from them for so long, like even prior to the season. So
let me ask you this: if DC makes it to the playoffs, right, but they get knocked out in the first game, would you still keep Rooney, or you should just kick him out at that point?
You have to assess the squad. Like you have to assess the squad and see if that's gonna fit what Rooney wants to do. So like, if you want to keep Rooney, fine, keep Rooney. But at least you have to open up the doors to like some youth to come in and bring some life into the game.
Yeah.
Like that is every time I watch a game, it looks like we're slow, it looks like we're droggy. We can't get the balls behind like in the net. It's just there needs to be a change, and I really don't know if it's a coaching change or if it's like a personnel like player change. Well, I think it's a player change. So I would keep Rooney, I guess. To answer your question, I would keep Rooney, assess the squad.
Yeah, I mean, all the fans already want him out of there.
They do.
Like they've been booing him after the games.
They do. They want him out.
We booed him when we were in Orlando.
Yeah, bro. I think.
Well, he didn't want to take pictures.
Yeah.
He didn't want to show his face.
Yeah, that was so
1,000
wild.
degrees out here. This man's like.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think you guys kind of have to get rid of Ray Rooney because he hasn't really shown much like potential or much growth or much change in the team itself. And I don't know if that's like back end funding, whatever.
Yeah.
But I just don't see like promising play out of you guys
At all. We got rid of Taxi Funtas, who I thought every time he was in the pitch, he was one of our liveliest players.
Yes.
Now, why did they get rid of him? I have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
But that was when I saw the news. That was let him go on a free. It was just like they just let him go.
Yeah, no, that's
That's
terrible. Because he was one of y'all's like.
He was
best
one of our
players.
and I don't know if it was a riff. I honestly didn't look much into it because I was that upset.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was a riff between him and Rooney or what the deal was, but a lot of fans want him out. But if
When you say bring in youth, are you talking about like searching for youth or going from the academy or both?
go from the academy, look for youth in like South America or in different. Maybe you don't have that much pull in Europe, but definitely. I mean, again, not to bring the Premier League and stuff, but look at Brighton. Brighton searches into these like South American countries, and they bring these players for like 1, 2, 3 mil. You can do that. Like you can afford to spend 1 to 5 mil on a player. That's decent money from an MLS team. That's what they're pulling these players from. Do that.
Yep.
Obviously, the development's not going to be the same as the Premier League team, but sometimes I think like Caicedo is a raw talent. He's going to flourish no matter where he was.
Yeah.
So do that. Dip into these South American teams that are looking to get looked at and get better lifestyle, and then now the MLS is getting looked at for Premier League teams. Like we just saw Petrovic from New England Revolution just signed by Chelsea.
Yeah.
I'm sure Thiago Almada is the next guy that's going to get bounced up to Europe.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So there's a lot of input in MLS. Dip into South American countries and then develop them, get your wealth, get money.
And that's just good for MLS because the Premier Leagues are investing a lot of money into these players. That's just more income.
Well, that's
for them.
also too what they were hoping out of the Leagues Cup.
The Leagues Cup?
Yeah, it's just integrating, like getting more light on like the Mexican teams.
Mexican League, yeah,
and
of
then
course.
trying to see if we can get them to come over because there's a lot of good talent over there. It's just like it doesn't get the recognition.
Mexico, the problem is with Mexico League, and you can probably maybe quote me wrong because I remember reading a story that in Mexican League they have money.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of players go to Mexico because
Yeah.
they just want to earn their money, earn their stripes, and that's it. Call it a day. So
Yeah,
I think that would be the
money.
problem. Yeah, I think that might be an issue. But if players, that's the thing. Let's go back to the Saudi Arabia conversation. If you want to focus on building a career and make a name for yourself, don't worry about the money. The money's going to come eventually. But if you want to do it for the money, take care of your family. I'm not going to disrespect you for that.
Yeah, which I mean,
Get your bread.
you can't. It's hard because it's like as a fan, obviously, you're kind of thinking selfishly.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're still getting to play professional ball.
Mm-hmm.
And you're making big bucks. Like it's like if you're offered, hey, here's $100 million more for your contract, and you get to play in a league that's not as competitive as you getting paid less to play in. It's kind of like, all right, yeah. It may, you get it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see.
It was a good weekend for MLS.
Yeah.
I think so.
It was. I'm
You're
hopefully
I'm playing against Columbus Crew. Who are you playing next?
Dude,
you guys play Chicago. Which is, like I said,
Chicago. Oh, yeah.
they're number 9 and y'all are 10. So if you beat them, you guys are in playoff spot.
We're 2 points away. That's not convincing enough to say we're in the playoffs, but then they can lose, they can win. We're back down.
Yeah.
Not
But like I
playing
said,
them.
y'all
Playing ping pong right
Right.
now.
But like I said, the last of y'all's games is majority bottom table teams. So
who do you got next?
we actually got Atlanta.
Ooh.
So that should be a good game.
Yeah.
It really should. But we have Atlanta, we got Orlando, Philadelphia, Montreal, Charlotte, Toronto, Red Bulls, Miami again, and then we finish off on Atlanta. So we'll see.
We will see that.
We'll see how it goes. We got some cushion, but I'm just at this point I'm confident, obviously in playoffs that we're gonna be there. I don't want to see anything until we're actually in playoffs.
Do you think if Inter Miami makes the playoffs, right? If they make the playoffs, in the very last spot, they go against you first round.
Right.
How would you feel if you get bounced up in the first round? being top of the table, Arsenal style.
I mean, if we would have got blown out in Leagues Cup by Inter Miami, then I would be like, I would chop it up to Barca 2.0.
Okay.
But the fact that we tied them, I'd be pissed because we should definitely beat them.
You definitely
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing is with Cincinnati is like when we play good, we play great. When we play bad, it's like we got 11 blind mice out on the field, bro. Like it's bad.
Really?
So, yeah. It's when we're good, we're great. But then when we're not in rhythm. It could be for half a game. It could be for the whole game. It could be for like 10 minutes of the game. But when we're bad, it's like, bro, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, you know, the potential or the level is so much higher than what they're showing.
Just putting into perspective, like with the games they got and stuff like that, it's likely that you could draw.
Yeah.
Inter Miami.
I personally don't have a lot of faith in Inter Miami.
Making the playoffs?
Yeah, big
Oh,
playoffs.
okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say Cincinnati. I was like, what?
Yeah, no, I mean,
I thought you were gonna say
we're
like-
there. We're there.
It might be,
regardless.
you're there.
We're there.
Nobody
But I
said
thought you meant
that.
like you didn't feel confident of them if you draw Miami.
No,
I'm like,
I mean,
oh my god.
I was a little nervous. I'll be honest. I was a little nervous going into.
The US Open Cup game.
Yeah, or not the Open Cup game. Or yeah, the Open Cup game. I was a little nervous going into it, but like seeing how we played, I was like, okay, yeah, we can beat them, but it's just I don't know, bro. Something about that super sub that's kind of scary.
It is.
So
We'll see.
We'll see,
But
yeah.
I'm ready to
That's
chalk it
if
up.
they're there.
I'm ready to chalk it up. Start next season. Even though I'm there, close to the playoffs, I'm not even confident in my team. Just being able to, it'll just get my hopes up to then bring me back to earth. So just chalk it up.
All right. Well, that's
also if they beat you guys, if
Miami.
if you guys beat Inter Miami in the Open Cup,
Mm-hmm.
then I'd definitely be pissed if we lost to.
Whoa. Why?
Because I feel like we could beat y'all for sure.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cincinnati's a solid team.
Yeah, Cincinnati is a solid team, but don't doubt my Houston now. We're scoring goals.
Finally.
So is Cincinnati. Cincinnati's been scoring goals.
In scoring. You know what we got, boy?
Hey man, we'll
Say
see.
his name.
I
Say his name.
hope we get to play you again. Wait, do we play each other again this
I
year?
don't think so.
No, I don't think you do.
Don't think we do.
Bro, I'll be sitting right next to you if we play each other in the playoffs. Every single second, me looking at you. If we get close.
Bro, the
Saw
fact
that? Did you see that?
The fact that this guy's team beat us is in like honestly, that's the one thing that I'd be like, bro, I'd be sitting on top of that win as like
I was
did you
there.
get
beat
did
y'all.
you get
I was-
in Chipotle yet or no?
I was
Did you get in Chipotle yet or no?
no, he owes me
No,
Chipotle.
I owed him, but then he lost, so.
Oh, so you evened out.
No,
Okay.
he
No,
just asked for
that's
it.
what he chopped it up to.
No, I
But
haven't.
he got me food the other day, so I think we're even.
I think I should that polo too, man. Come on now.
The polo. But he left the sticker on it, bro.
So
it's
you
the
can-
thought. It's the
So
thought.
you can return it. I got you a medium, bro. I
no
know that's not gonna fit.
Did you try the?
So you can return
Did you try
it.
the Cincinnati jersey, by the way?
No, you just gave it to me.
Yeah, I thought you would just try it at least.
Bro, OP traffic throwing the jersey.
Here, next episode, we went to what was the store called again?
It has a Brazilian name. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
Golaco Kits.
Golazo Kit. It
Golazo Kit.
translates to Golazo Kit.
Yeah. Yes, we went to go visit them in Miami at wonderful store. We appreciate the hospitality that John was able to show around the whole store, talk about his background, about like how he started, all that stuff. And he's got a great selection of vintage jerseys in his store. So if you're in Miami, go check him out. We'll definitely leave a link here on the screen to show exactly where it's at, where it's located. Yeah, me and Gabe, we visited the store, got some jerseys, a Newcastle jersey. He's got a Sevilla jersey, so apparently he's a supporter of Sevilla now.
I'm not a Sevilla fan. That was just a nice kit.
Was it the polo? Is that what you get?
Yeah,
You got a polo kit?
Totally.
And then we got him a Cincinnati jersey finally.
Yeah. Finally.
So we'll probably wear the jerseys next episode.
Yeah, we can do that.
You want to do that?
Sure, I gotta watch it.
Yeah, definitely gotta watch
Sure.
it.
Yeah.
For a reminder, do laundry.
Boy, musty
But
right
yeah.
now. But yeah.
So we'll see how that goes.
We'll see.
MLS.
But yeah. Shout out to Golazo Kits. What else? You wanna
Well, I mean,
talk
let's
about?
go across the pond in it. See how
Yeah, let's go across the
because
pond.
Chelsea finally won a game at home.
I'm not celebrating that. We were gonna win.
No, fuck that. We won a game at home. It's been almost a year since
Yeah.
we won a game at home. So you better, even though it's a Luton team, celebrate that shit because
I'm celebrating.
If we
I'm
would
just-
no,
I'm not
because if we
celebrating
would
like I
have
wanna
no, if
walk
we
out.
would have lost,
I would have been on a watch, bro.
that's what I'm saying. We would have been top of the bridge trying to get you down. So like,
Would you be on this show right now if you guys lost?
oh, we just wouldn't be talking about it.
Knowing that Barcelona won this weekend.
We'd be on the show, but either you'd be in the trunk or we just wouldn't be talking about it.
Ooh,
Really.
talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'd be
Yeah,
in-
Just
I
wanted to
wouldn't
make
have
sure.
tolerated it.
I know.
No, I think you guys looked good.
Yeah,
Enzo was looking good for sure.
always.
Jackson putting the ball back in the end, and also Sterling looking like a vintage Sterling.
he's
man.
either
His first goal was amazing.
He's either had an epiphany or he's been the luckiest man in the world the past couple games.
Yeah.
You can't. I don't think luck strikes twice. I don't. You know what I mean?
Listen.
I don't think luck strikes twice. One of the things, I'm gonna be honest, like, and I think I said it maybe in like a few like I want when we were still in the other studio that I did not want Pochettino. I did not want him. But you know, obviously, when links start getting stronger, you're gonna get Pochettino. But you start doing some research, and I saw that he's like works really well with wingers. Like they were talking about his development with Mudryk and how he could elevate Mudryk to another level. But I never saw him, you know, develop Sterling the way that he has been effective with Sterling. And think about it. Sterling is 28.
Yeah, I didn't know that. He told me that in Miami. And I'm like, what?
28.
Yeah, he's still young.
Like
He should be in his prime. Like, he should be bagging
that's
those type
not
of
even
goals.
that's
He-
prime age right
Yeah.
there.
He should be bagging the first goal every weekend.
But that's what I said. That's what I said in
Like-
our group chat. I was like, bro, I need this every week because
Yeah.
this is Sterling. Like that's the Sterling I
Yeah,
expect
yeah.
to get. That's the Sterling that you would expect to see at Man City. So it's like the fact that, and that's why I think we're seeing Pochettino's work so quickly with Sterling is because he's always been like right there. It's always been. It's always been weird to see him do dumb stuff on
It
the
is,
field.
yeah.
So it's like I know it's in there because you've done it at Man City. So whatever the missing link was, I think it's easier, and I'm hoping down the road with more work, more time, that happens with Mudryk. But because I do see a lot of potential and effort from him, but I say luck just because he still does some wild
He
things.
still does-
He does wild choices,
yeah.
and then I'm like, and it works.
I
And
will
I'm
admit, like,
how?
after he scored that first goal, like, he was acting
And
like he could do it
he's got
again.
It's like, bro, all right, relax.
And
Relax.
that's- okay,
Possess the
so,
ball,
so,
possess
so
the
for
ball.
me, low key, and this is gonna sound crazy, but the Jackson goal was pure luck.
Oh yeah.
Pure luck
It's
because
striker's instinct, in my opinion, is like
no, it deflected off the defender's
Yeah.
shin and then like pure luck. But the whole time when he was driving, he did not look up at all, and I was just like, bro, what are you?
well, it was
doing?
a ball that Enzo sent.
I know, but
So-
I'm saying he received the ball, took some touches, driving down the field a little more, and then crossed it. But he did not look up whatsoever. Like
Oh, okay.
he was down, and then crossed it, and then it just happened. And
I mean,
everybody was like, "Oh, great pass from Sterling," and I'm like, "No, bro."
But shout out to Jackson though, like it's hard to like.
Oh,
that's a
yeah.
striker's instinct right there. That's
Yeah.
what you want for Jackson. And so
100%.
that's really good that he was able to capitalize from that deflection.
Mm-hmm.
And some defenders would just be like, "Ah, I'm moving too forward."
Bro,
Yeah.
Havertz had that same ball like this past weekend. Stood there and watched it pass by.
Arsenal, man.
Literally had that same.
Where are they
ball.
playing? Where are they playing him at?
They're playing. Oh, they're playing
Left.
at his position.
Yeah.
Left center mid,
Yeah.
where he's supposed to be the best he's ever has to, like will ever be.
Honestly, it pains me, bro. Like I think we ruined them for sure, for good.
That's not on us.
No, it's on us.
Nah. Listen.
It's definitely
It's
on us.
so when we bought him from Leverkusen, we kind of bought him because he was a guy that could do a lot of things. Like he can drive, he can do skill moves, pass, he can shoot. I will not say, I'm not gonna lie and disagree here and say that we didn't ruin him. I don't know what the hell Tuchel did to him that was like, hey, whatever you're doing at Leverkusen, don't do it here.
Yeah.
Because like that's not what I saw. And every time he would go into Germany to play for the Germany national team, I would see like what I want him to do at Chelsea.
Yeah.
Now, here is where Chelsea felt him is when we start buying like all these players. That's when we got Timo Werner as well. And so Werner's playing in this like wing striker role, kind of like hybrid weird role. So we don't have a natural striker. So where do you put Havertz in the striker role when that's not his role, but he can fulfill it? And then we get Lukaku, But then Lukaku doesn't work out, so we don't have a natural striker again, so we got to put him back in.
Right.
So I think we did kind of ruin him, but also he can play the role. Like,
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like if you're like he's in a position, his natural position is a position where you're gonna ball regardless. You know what I mean? You should be able to, but at the same time, I think not only with the in and out positioning, but the emotional freaking like drag that he's been through with Chelsea. Like
well, he's going through it now in Arsenal.
Right.
Arsenal fans are like, get this
30
guy out
times
of,
worse
like,
too. Then
they are going.
Yeah, they're
like,
going
get
in on
this
him.
guy out of the
AFC.
club. This guy doesn't have a position, and it's like
good old Chelsea. No takebacks.
no, bro.
Yeah,
all
so-
sales are final.
Yeah.
All
No
sales are
receipt on
final.
that.
So I don't know. Is it gonna work? I don't know, because like now, our friend Christian is saying like they are accommodating him because they spent so much money on him, and so now Partey has to go in right back, which is confusing the whole team up.
So, how do you feel about that? Because we've seen Chelsea do that, where it's like you try to justify your bad business, in my opinion, by more bad business, which is okay. We're going to move things around to make it work for one player, right? And your only real reason of doing it is not because of their skill set, because for Kai Havertz's sake, we haven't seen that skill set in a long time. It's just the price tag that you spent on them. So it's like, where's the sense in that?
I want to go first.
No, go for it.
I think that it shouldn't be revolved in one player. I don't think for Partey to be playing right back, that's where I'm like, okay, no, something's off.
Yeah.
It's throwing everyone off. We're not used to seeing this player playing here. You need to put him in the center mid. And if it's a bad business move, it's a bad business move. You have to take it and just go on through the season, wait till the next transfer window to maybe look for a substitution for that, and or see a development throughout the season. So at this point, you take what you got, and if it's a bad thing, hey, it's a bad thing. It's your turn now.
Yeah.
You have to deal with the stress that we had to deal with. We're winning games now, and you're losing games. Sorry, that's how business works.
Here's what I like. So the reason why Partey's playing right back is not because of Kai Havertz. Yeah, which that's what Christian said. It's because Timber got injured. Timber was supposed to play that right back role to then accommodate Ben White to play in that center back role. Kai Havertz was always going to play center mid, and then Partey was also kind of on his way out. There were like bids of him going to Saudi and whatever. So I don't know if that like had kind of a little bit of a rift. But now that Timber got injured, you have and then Tomiyasu is out for 2 games because of a red. Right. So you have to play. You have to play a right back. My question is, why is Arteta playing Ben White at center back when he's played most of his career in Arsenal at right back and play Gabriel on the left with Saliba? That's where I'm like, don't understand. But so to answer your question, like, if it's bad business, that's on you. Like, you need to do what's better for the team.
Yeah.
And if it's like the Cucurella deal, we all know that Cucurella did not play how he needed to play last year, and Potter and Lampard didn't have the gusto to say, this guy's not good enough, get him out. How many times has he seen the pitch with Pochettino? Zero.
And he's already Man U's trying to
Zero. And apparently he's linked to Man U.
Yeah.
So like, you gotta have the power and the endurance to say, hey, this player doesn't fit my plans. Which it looks like Cucurella does fit his plans because we sold Lewis Hall, who played in that left back role.
Yeah.
So something's going on with that reason. But again, if it's bad business, like, you gotta do what's best for the team.
So you're gonna put him on the bench?
Yeah, I'm putting him on the bench.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm putting him on the bench.
But then there's pressure from the board being like, hey, you gotta play this guy. It all comes
I
down
guess
to like,
that is where I don't get is
yeah.
like even front office, like as the board, why are you pressuring to say, hey, we have to play this player? Is it contract wise?
I think it's sometimes. I'm not an owner. I'm not an owner, but sometimes I feel like a lot of owners are like, well, I just own the sport. I want to get the most out of it. I don't care about results. I want to get my money's worth. And if I spent $65 million on a player, I better see him on the pitch.
I don't know. That's
but as a
business.
sports fan, I'm like, that's wrong. Like, you want to have a sport, you want to own a sports team because you're a fan of the sport and you want to see the glory days of winning. And
to me, that just seems like all around bad business because it's like if I bought some wrong size rims for my car, but I'm like, hey, I bought it, so I'm gonna ride around in it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna mess my whole car up just so I can ride around. It's just I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense to me at all. But that's the only logical thing that I can see. It's like, hey,
and I mean, the results showed it. They tied 2-2 against Fulham this weekend. So
Yeah, and they went to 10 men. Fulham were at 10 men, and then they were Chelsea were at 10 men last game against Crystal Palace, and they got a dub. It wasn't pretty though. It was a penalty. But
Yeah. So
I don't know.
we'll see
But-
how Arsenal will do next game. Who are they playing next? Do you know?
I do not.
No, I don't. But
Christian would know.
he would. Probably.
Call a friend. Let's call a friend right now.
I'm sure he wants to get back on the pod. We should get him back.
Yeah, we should definitely get him on the pod.
But hey, man, my Chelsea are looking good. So
I'm it's moving, so I'm just gonna wait till the next game for you guys. But
What?
you guys,
we
still
still
you
got
guys
against
still-
West Ham and
Hold on.
Liverpool. So.
you guys
They-
still have
they
an
play-
easy schedule.
They
coming
play.
up.
They play Man United next.
Who, Chelsea?
Arsenal.
Oh, Arsenal.
Ooh,
Oh,
so-
wow.
No, we play AFC Wimbledon next.
They're in the Premier League?
No, it's
It's
a
a
League Cup game
Oh, okay.
Game. So next league game we
against us
play.
in Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, Nottingham Forest.
Who they've almost beat Man United this weekend too.
That was crazy. I couldn't believe they were down. Dude, they scored in the first 2 goals in the first 4 minutes,
That's crazy.
but they dropped the ball,
Yeah.
choked.
Is that still?
There's a
Is
lot-
that,
a lot of
it's-
game left to
It's
be
still.
played,
It's
yeah.
still. Is that still bad for Man United? That's the
I
thing too.
I still
think
think
so.
no. Yeah, I still
Yeah.
think Man United is still struggling, big time.
You go down 2-0 to City, you're not coming back from that.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, I think that's bad.
Yeah. We'll see.
Right now, looking at Cucurella, which is crazy.
That's how I know you're down
They're
bad.
panicking. Yeah,
To
they're
me, that's-
panicking
yeah,
with that
you're
look
down.
shot. Yeah, they're panicking.
That's how you know. I mean, that's just I don't know.
Well, at
You
least your-
guys
at least your teams are winning
Took a L.
in the Premier League.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys took it.
Newcastle just bottled it with Liverpool. 10-man Liverpool.
Said it before. I'll say it again. Newcastle will not finish in top 5 because they will focus all of their players on Champions League, trying to they don't have depth. Focus on Premier League. It's gonna cost them. Wherever they focus, if they focus on Premier League, then Champions League is not gonna be great. But once Tonali and I think Guimaraes came out,
Yeah.
that middle kind of crumbled, and
Yeah.
the
Darwin
injury to
Nunez.
Botman didn't help either.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Sven.
And then Darwin Nunes turning up now. Good for him. Maybe he is the striker that he should have been last year.
But so if Salah really does go to Saudi Arabia,
That's
how's
a
that
problem.
gonna-
That's
that-
Liverpool's
that-
done.
Yeah, they're cooked.
Yeah. I think Liverpool they sell. Is that is it really looking close now? I haven't really. I know
So
about it, but I
Brand
haven't really kept it.
A lot of money.
Yeah, it's like
100
162
Yeah.
million.
Yeah.
And it seems like Salah's entertaining it.
Really?
Yeah. So
Yeah. If Salah leaves, then that's it. The era's done right there.
yeah. Which would again, it just would be so. I think we're gonna end up seeing the.
Because how do you replace that? And plus, he was the reason why Liverpool won. Provided a wonderful ball to Darwin Nunes, and then Darwin was able to finish the ball wonderfully as well for Liverpool. So if he leaves, it's over for Liverpool. I think so.
Yeah, they don't really have. Because what I can see them doing is they'll probably play Cody Gakpo either up top or on the wing, and they'll probably shift between Luis Diaz, Diego Jota, and Cody Gakpo. Because I think Klopp is trying to play Cody Gakpo in the middle, but it's not really working out from what I'm reading.
Yeah.
So I don't know who's gonna slot in. It'd probably be Luis Diaz, but then who plays on the other side?
Yeah.
You know, it's just like
That's why
Put
honestly.
Jota, but Jota's not going to be the same as what Diaz can do on that side. Diaz, he is definitely the biggest hope for Liverpool. He's definitely the most dangerous after Salah, but I don't think he's able to be living up to what Salah has done over the years.
no one's gonna live up to what Salah's done. I think Luis Diaz can be that guy for them, but Salah has done insane things for Liverpool. You don't replace that.
Yeah, no, you
just
can't.
gotta do it.
You
It's
can't.
like us with Hazard. Nobody replaces Hazard. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's like
That's why. With all this stuff, that's why I feel like Man City for sure right now are the only untouchable team, and they're the only most solidified confident.
Close call for Man City this weekend too.
It was.
But if you looked at the stats, I think it was 80% possession for
But
Man
that's-
City, and then what's their names?
I feel like it's any game
Sheffield.
against Man
Sheffield.
City.
Bro, but Sheffield have always been that club that just sits back and waits. I remember every time they played Chelsea, they beat us because that's what they do. They just sit back and they counter. I hate Sheffield United so much, bro. They give me so much.
I wonder how it is to be a
anxiety,
fan of
bro.
Sheffield United, to play that level of ball.
That's just what they do. They're gonna have to get points off of the people from the bottom teams. But I think they're gonna get relegated anyway. But close call.
Yeah,
Like, it's not
very
easy in the
close.
Premier League.
Mm-mm. No.
Anybody can get these hands.
So, I mean, yeah, it's just I feel like that's the only team I feel confident in. Or I feel it's just like they're cool.
Overall,
right now.
good team.
Yeah,
Rodri,
they have no real worries. Like, I mean, yeah, you got some injuries, but
you see that player, that fan that jumped on Erling Haaland.
celebrated with Haaland.
Yeah, but apparently he's a boxer.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
a
is he really?
He's a boxer. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
So that's why I know, and a lot of players weren't like too shocked or trying to push that fan off.
Mhm.
I didn't know. I thought it was an actual fan. And I'm like,
That's
what the hell? But
I
yeah.
thought it was a trainer. He was
Oh,
wearing
he-
all black. I was like, what
He
is
was
this?
celebrating with him before like the other players came up to him. Like,
Oh
hey,
yeah. I don't know
Damn.
how quick he was able to jump out of the crowd and just get in there. But yeah, it was a good, entertaining weekend of football in England.
Yeah.
My team, Barcelona, they won. Actually, I want to ask you this too, though. Pulisic, former Chelsea player.
That's a ginormous switch.
Yeah.
I'm sorry because I wanted to bring it up, but I lost my train of thought. But that was one thing I wanted to bring up because Pulisic, 2 games, 2 goals.
Mhm.
Like, are you guys happy that he's turning up for Milan, but also like we should have kept him at Chelsea?
Yeah.
No, I'm happy for him.
Yeah. I'm genuinely I'm glad he's gone, but I'm happy for him. Like you said.
Yeah.
He's back in his form.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of Pulisic. Just being that he's from America and still hoping that the United States team does well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy for him. I'm happy that he is back in his form. I understand completely with the shit at Chelsea, so it's not like there's bad blood there. I'm glad he's getting goals.
Okay.
I feel like.
Yeah, me too. I'm happy that he's doing well. Like, there's a lot of like past Chelsea players in Milan, so I kind of like root for them right now.
Yeah.
They got Loftus-Cheek, Giroud, Tomori,
Mhm.
Pulisic. So I'm rooting for them, and I'm rooting for him for Pulisic as a U.S. fan. So good for him.
All those players you just named, do they all play for Milan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's
Chelsea
literally
2.0.
you know what? That's what I was thinking too. Is like when I saw that he had scored and all that stuff, he's been doing well. I'm like, bro, that's literally where all the Chelsea players are. So
And
it's like-
I think my favorite player currently right now is Rafael Leao. So I'm just like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I just love that team.
yeah, 100%.
So
Can Milan win the Champions League? With all those Chelsea players?
I think they can. I think they made it last year,
Semifinals, yeah.
and
Mhm.
I think it's a luck of the draw type stuff.
Yeah.
Because can they compete against teams like Madrid or City? Probably not. But if they get the luck of the draw, I think they could make it far.
Yeah. Which so they play Roma next, AC Milan, and so I'm actually really
Ooh,
excited.
I might watch that.
Watch
Well,
that
I
game.
wonder if Lukaku will play
He
that
did.
game.
Oh, you are. I thought you were going to ask if he signed. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
he did.
For a
He did.
whopping
$5
million.
Oh, six?
Yeah,
$5
$6 million.
Oh, 6. I'm assuming add-ons is like 1 million.
Yeah.
Oh my God, bro! I
Shit's
can't wait to
hilarious.
get rid of him. Sorry,
Oh, it
But no,
was a loan, right?
Yeah, it's a loan.
Yeah, it's a
Oh.
loan. It's not. All
Oh,
right,
damn,
it's a
damn,
loan. He's
damn,
coming
damn.
back next year, and then next year we'll find another club.
That sucks.
Nobody wants him.
Yeah,
I wonder how Megan feels about that.
but let's talk about La Liga. Wait, what'd you say?
I saw this thing where there was like, cause like she lost a lot of weight or something.
A lot of people were saying in the comments him, but I don't know if it was about Lukaku or about
the other guy.
Tory Lanez.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
It was Lukaku? Because I saw that too, but I was like, I don't know who they're referring to.
I didn't know who they were referring to, but I'm guessing Lukaku. But
I'm
That's
thinking.
funny.
I don't know. But
shout out Megan Thee Stallion.
La Liga.
Yes. All I have to say, what a game. Didn't watch too much of it. I was able to watch the last 20 minutes. Yeah, I was happy that Barcelona were able to get the win against Villarreal, who are a tough team. And I think we'll be competing for top 3 this year. Yeah, the only thing I have to say right now is keep Yamal in the starting lineup.
you guys have to. Like, I don't see.
But now, what do we do about Rafinha when he comes back? He has one more game to be out.
Mhm.
But now, after that game, Yamal's been playing in Rafinha's position this whole time.
Sub him on.
I'll sub him on, but people are saying, but as someone that's got more time in, playing in La Liga and all that stuff, you would want to put him in there. But since Yamal has been playing so well these last 2 games, man of the match of the last game, 2 assists.
See, but as a team, if you have a young player his age, that young, who's coming out with that form, I don't think you stop it. Like, I don't think you sit here and say, hey, I'm gonna pull you out as an I guess you can say like a more experienced player like Rafinha, from his perspective, I would hope that he kind of sees that and he's kind of like, okay, like I understand. I'm not being benched because I'm ass or because I'm still hurt. I'm letting him live out, because that to me, I feel like mentally could have an impact on like how he plays going forward.
Yeah.
Because if he realizes I'm playing well, I'm doing great, and playing a big part in these games, but then the moment he's back in, I'm off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, if Rafinha comes back and he's not at top form again, right? Or you guys don't start seeing the same results, then what do? Then you go back and you put him back in, and he's going to be like, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I feel like Yamal will, no matter what, bench him or not, he's going to perform no matter what. It's just Rafinha I'm worried about.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is Rafinha, when he comes back on the field,
okay.
if he doesn't come at top form, then you just bench him and bring Yamal back in?
Yeah.
So it's like, why kind of like...
It could also be like a disciplinary thing, you know what I mean? Like, you got a red, you serve your suspension, but like, you shouldn't have gotten that red.
In the first place,
You shouldn't have gotten that red in the first place, so now you're going to get, your minutes are going to cut down. And that would, I don't think, is it Yamin, right?
Yamil.
I don't think Yamil has played every game a full 90, so Rafinha's going to get those minutes anyway.
Yeah.
You know, he's going to come off the bench if you need to. But also on the flip side, like, I think Yamil, being a 16-year-old, can also understand, like, I get it, like, I'm also a team still developing. I understand if someone who's on much higher wages and a much more professional comes back on the field for me. Should that happen? Probably not, because I think Yamil, again, man of the match against Villarreal, like, is a game changer for you guys.
Yeah.
But Yamil has to understand, I'm 16, I'm still a teen. This guy is a professional, has been in the league for quite some time, playing in the Premier League, but like, I get it if I'm being benched. However, where I would start kind of like losing my mind if I start losing minutes. If I don't come in the game, if I start coming in the game at the 80th minute, 98th minute, that's where I'm like, what the heck, Xavi? Like, I was just providing assists. Like, why am I not playing 10 minutes? If I'm coming at the half, if I'm coming at the 50th minute and I'm still getting 30, 40 minutes of play, I think that's cool. That's cool. And that way you don't exhaust them. You don't risk injury on a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Don't want that. We don't want that with Ansu. Like, we did that with Ansu Fati.
Yeah. And that's why I say you bring him in for sub, and that'll be...
He'll definitely be like the super sub, basically. And I'm excited for that. I'm just happy that we are now seeing a little glimmer of shine in that Barcelona Rebel right now. Because I'm seeing a little bit of what Messi was able to provide when he was young at the club, and then Yamil already making a big impact for Barcelona, that I'm like, okay, great. Me personally, I would love for Rafinha to be back in the starting lineup, but have Yamil be a superstar, because he did it against Tottenham. He did it at, Getafe. He did it just yesterday. So it's like, I feel confident when I know that if we make a sub, not like where Newcastle, we make a sub, we lose all that depth. At least with him coming in, we're not going to lose that depth. We have more excitement, more attacking towards our players that are to the opposite team that are already gassed out, and now you have a 6-year-old coming at you with all this energy. Come on now, like it's easy for me to understand. Like, okay, he's been doing great, but now keep him on the bench. Have Rafinha do his thing. If he gets a red card again, that's when I'm just like, okay, keep this man on the field now. But I think hopefully Rafinha learned his lesson, because the first game is always important, and if you make a dumb decision like that, that's just gonna keep going downhill from the season from then on. But luckily we have Yamil to give us that boost of confidence that everything's going to be okay, and that I can still be a provider for this team, even though I'm a 6-year-old. Like, let's stick with that. But I hope Rafinha learned his lesson. I hope that we don't have any injuries. Pedri, Araujo, they're going to be out, but luckily we have the international break coming up soon. So I'm excited that hopefully by then we'll have a full squad. We just signed Cancelo. Deco, I didn't know he was working with Barcelona so closely, but he's working on bringing in João Felix too. So I'm feeling very confident. I don't know where the money's coming from, but I mean, that's not my business. I'm here as a supporter.
I don't see it.
It looks like fraudulent actions to me.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
Sounds fraudulent to me.
So, yeah.
Let me ask you a question, because I asked you this in the car and we talked about it, and this might re-jog your memory when I ask it. So, I was going on Twitter feed, Foodie Twitter, and I read something that was like, like Lewandowski has had a poor run of games. He missed a couple sitters against Villarreal. Do you sit, like, if he keeps this form of not scoring like at the high level, do you sit Lewandowski and put on Ferran Torres, who has actually surprised a lot of Barca fans? He's actually been playing really well. He's been scoring in the past couple games. So giving Lewandowski's run of games, would you sit him looking at the fact that he's missed sitters and he's not performing how he should?
I mean, yeah, I think it goes back to the whole discipline thing, where it's like, if you're not going to perform,
Yep.
me as a coach, me as a owner, coach, fan, I would want. I do believe in playing a person or an athlete through their bad form to get them through it.
Yeah.
But say this stretch continues on, at some point, you definitely.
So you would, right now, you would sit him.
I mean, how long would you say Lewandowski's stretch has been?
What do you mean?
Like how long has he been like kind of in bad
goalless?
form? Yeah.
Not goals because he scored. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
he
he scored
last
yesterday.
week, but it's like that final play where he should have probably given it to the guy on the wing, and he shot straight to the keeper.
Straight to the keeper.
Like, you're Lewandowski. You're a killer in front of goal.
That's the thing too. Is I mean, it's Lewandowski, so it's like, bro, you guys. I don't know. It's tough. I think it depends on how long it continues, and if it continues, I think that Lewandowski has been proven for them already, so it's kind of hard to just be like so quick to drop him. But like I said, if it continues, I am a believer in sitting someone through.
Here's what I
or
thought.
disciplining and
Can I say?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
I think what I think right now is that I wouldn't take him out.
Mm-hmm.
The only problem is that because last season we relied on Lewandowski so much to score goals,
Right.
and a lot of players weren't able to be, standouts for them.
Mm-hmm.
But seeing that Fernando Torres can play on the wing and be a provider, take on defenders, get in the box, and able to shoot, but also maybe provide an assist.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that I think would be beneficial for Lewandowski, like knowing, like, okay, now I got players that can
it's not
really
just
put in the
me.
work. It's not just me.
Mm-hmm.
So now that I think I'll appreciate more if Ferran Torres, which I'm seeing now, and then like other players really putting the balls in the net rather than Lewandowski. So now I know, okay, it's not just Lewandowski. I need to rely on this team to just score goals. So if anything, we can add Ferran to maybe to the winger on the side. I know that's not his position, but if he's willing to understand, like, hey, I can still be a provider and all that stuff, then so be it.
Mm-hmm.
He can also be a super sub too. I hope he doesn't take it the wrong way, but he can also be a super sub. But I don't think putting Lewandowski on the bench will be something beneficial for us. I think it's just, he's at that age now that he's like, he doesn't have the intensity as what he did back in Dortmund or Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
He's definitely aged a little bit, but now I think that's the opportunity for our team, which I'm happy to see now that they're making goals for him. So it's not going to be always on him now that the press can take all that off him. It can just be Barcelona as a whole thing.
Yeah.
So I think it's good that Lewandowski is going to be on starting, but now he has players around him that can provide for him.
Yeah, and for context, again, this is not what we think. This is something that I read on Twitter, right?
Right,
From
right,
a Barca fan, I was like, oh, we
Yeah,
just
because
sit
that's
him,
what
you know
that's what I'm
I mean?
saying. It's definitely situational. It's definitely like you got to see how long this.
Yeah. So he's
quote, unquote.
35. You know what I mean? Like, Barca fans need to understand, like, you didn't buy a 23-year-old Lewandowski.
Yeah,
that's
it's
like
not a
trying to, like,
long
if you,
term.
you're
We
like,
got what we got.
You're like, oh, you know what? Let's bench you because you still got development. Like, you bought a 35-year-old striker who gave you all of it last year,
Yeah.
and this, you at some point you need to start seeing some decline. It's totally normal to start seeing it now.
And plus, at the same, like, bro, it's like what the
And
second
he didn't
game.
even decline.
No, but I'm saying it's like the second game of
Yeah.
the season, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, bro, give it. That's what, it's
Like-
situational. Give it time. See if you like. It's Lewandowski.
Didn't even,
At
he
the
had
end
an
of the day, it's still
8.2 FODMAP
Lewandowski.
rating. Like,
Exactly.
that's still
It's really good.
solid.
Yeah.
So I don't know what, but I just wanted to see what your
Yeah.
thoughts on that were. So
Overall, from the first episode that we talked about from the beginning of the season, I'm seeing a very big improvement for Barcelona as a team, and I'm happy about that. I just want to see now with the new signings that we have coming, how they're going to fit in. I see a lot of slander for Marco Alonso too. At that game, making sure that, like, saying that it was a lot of his fault for Villarreal making a comeback, but Marco Alonso, he's a quality player too, and I need some Barca fans to understand, like, it was a whole thing. Gavi was the one that made a mistake and didn't track his run or anything like that. So I had like Marco Alonso, he's a jewel. Sorry that you guys got rid of him, but it's like he's a great player, and I want to make sure that they understand that it's gonna be okay. Like, we're gonna be fine. That's it.
We were done with Marcos Alonso. Do not apologize.
But yeah,
It's all good.
I just don't want us to be disappointed in this, like, a 2-2 comeback, all that stuff. Like, it's gonna happen, but like I said, we're developing. We haven't lost yet. So we're good. So we're just gonna get better throughout the season, I believe. I'm excited to see how we play against Madrid because Jude is still scoring goals for some reason. But
I mean,
hey man,
he's
It's
scoring
not for
goals
some
for-
reason.
He's
He's been kind of proven. There's a reason why they retired his jersey after like 16 games in Birmingham. Like, he's
Yeah.
that good.
I mean, my thing is with I think Real Madrid's interesting because it's like they're going through a string of injuries
They are.
right now. So,
Fortunately.
but you got Vinny out.
they got Camavinga.
Yeah.
Camavinga.
The Camo Vinga. But I don't know. I think, I mean, you got Vinny out for the next month.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
About 4 weeks, yeah.
So he's not coming back till late September.
See how they do.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of struggled a little bit against Celta Vigo, but Jude scored.
Jude is just being Jude.
Jude still got him. So I think it's just going to be, hopefully it doesn't really affect them. I hope it don't really affect them because I don't want them, you know what I mean? But
Nah, I mean,
I want them to beat Barcelona.
I like Madrid. Yeah, I like Madrid because of the Chelsea players. Like,
Yeah,
Kepa,
exactly.
I got Rudiger,
Courtois.
Courtois. Oh,
Well, yeah, fuck
the
it.
way Courtois.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They got Hazard at some point. You know, that's why I have a little bit of love. for
Don't
him.
like the way they
is
treated him.
Hazard still out without a club right now?
Yeah, he's looking at retirement.
Yeah, I thought he's pretty much
Which is-
because he's retired from international.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate
Yeah.
that he's looking at retirement.
Yeah, I hate the way they treated him there, but
I think injuries really, really, really screwed him over, and I don't think he ever got to like really recover. And I think that might be the fault of the medical staff, like just pushing him to kind of like. But you know,
I saw
topic
a
for another
what's
time.
it? You said it's a topic for another day.
I mean, yeah.
Well, I saw a video recently that
Yeah.
Chelsea released, where they were talking about where it was basically Hazard, him and Caicedo, I guess, have like a pretty good relationship.
Talk about Lavia.
Was it Lavia or was it
It was
Caicedo?
Lavia's from Belgium.
Okay, yeah, it was
Yeah,
Lavia. He
yeah.
was FaceTiming him. They were just sitting there talking,
Yeah.
and like he was basically like, he was like, yeah, bro, this is everything like you explained and like said that it would be. So
Yeah.
I was like, yeah,
He's-
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, because Lavia talked to Hazard about like joining Chelsea,
Yeah.
and he was asking about like what's it like playing for the club and whatnot. I mean, Hazard still has a lot of love for Chelsea. I would take him
does,
back.
bro.
I would take him back in a veteran minimum.
Come back,
Damn,
bro. Yeah,
I would,
100%.
100%.
you got the money.
Open up a spot for him.
You got the money for it.
He
Yeah.
hop out on that left side a couple times. Oos. Train Mudryk a little bit.
No cap, man.
Yeah, bro.
Well, I think we covered everything for this past weekend. You got anything to say before we head out? I think we're gonna take a break for next week. By the way, we've got Labor Day weekend coming up, so
Yeah.
spend time with our families. But you know,
Enjoy my time off.
During our
Don't
time
worry,
off.
the footy don't stop. We'll
Footy
be
don't
back
s-
to talk about it.
yeah. And like I said, we have some big things coming up very soon for the World Class Football page. So make sure you guys follow us on Instagram, subscribe. Anything else before we go?
Hey man, like, subscribe. Appreciate y'all for real. Always.
See you next time.
See you
See
in
you
2 weeks.
very soon. Yeah, see you very soon. Bye, guys.
Peace.